So this might be a hot take with some people, but that's totally fine by me. I just want to make this video to state that if you're using YouTube as your sole source of firearms instruction and your sole source of emulation for shooting a rifle, then you may be shooting your rifle wrong, just depending on who you're seeing. Some of the big YouTubers out there that are in the gun space, they do a lot of good, high quality videos, and a lot of it is focused on close quarters work. If you take like Garantham and GBRS Group, they do a lot of videos talking about close quarters, and it's cool and it has its place. But if all you're doing is you're training yourself to try and, pie the corner and shoot at rapid rates at super up close, you're shooting your rifle wrong, because you know what? There's a lot more to a rifle than just shooting ultra close. Yes, you can get away with a lot from 50 yards on in, but when you start shooting halfway obscured targets out to 100, 200, 300 plus yards, there's a lot of fundamentals that come into play, and people aren't practicing those. They don't have that in their skill sets. This is a common mistake that I see, and I can see it just by watching people shoot. So, just trying to show the muzzle in the camera here. Cheap Bear Creek, by the way. Whenever you shoot a rifle such as this, even if you have good technique, the muzzle is going to rise just like that, just a little bit. You see how my muzzle's moving? It's going to do that as you shoot. It depends on how much, just depends on your skill, the rifle setup, all that good stuff. The caliber, there's all kinds of variables. But you get a little bit of movement, right? 50 yards on in, that doesn't equate to much as far as, shot groups, as far as just how spread out your shot groups are. But you start shooting at 100, 200, 300 yards, and you try shooting from a standing position, and then you shoot and your muzzle's moving like this, and you're trying to shoot at a rapid rate, what's going to happen? You're going to miss your target completely. Think of a laser. There's a laser coming out of it. Imagine that in your head. You have a laser pointed at your target. And any little movement, because distance creates bigger angles, what's going to happen is as soon as you move this muzzle from recoil, so let's say your first shot is a good shot, and now you want to do rapid rate of fire, and your muzzle's moved just this much, now you're completely off target and you're ineffective. That's the reality of it. People don't think about that. They don't think about the effect on how easy it is to get off target at distance. So next time you're at the range, hopefully you can find a range that has a longer distance shooting area. If not, make the target really small. So if all you have is 50 yards, make your 50-yard target super small. There are actually targets out there like at 50, like at 25 yards, 50 yards. It mimics a 300-yard target as far as size, so that way it gives you a little bit of practice. But try that out. Even at 25 yards or 25 meters, even brace yourself. Brace yourself on a barricade or something, let off a string of fire, and then see if you're going to be on target. Most likely, you're not. It's a different world when we're talking about longer distances, rifle range distances. That's where the volume of fire doesn't matter as much. What matters more is the accuracy. So unfortunately, a lot of people, they don't think about that because either they don't know better or it's not the cool thing to do. Who wants to sit and fire at a slower rate at a range and trying to do all the things and figuring out the dope of your gun and all that stuff when you could just sit there and blast away, right? I totally get it, totally understand. But I encourage you folks, if you're serious about self-defense, serious about the whole Minuteman concept, shit hit the fan, prepper, whatever you want to align yourself with, take a look at the capabilities of your rifle and slow down. Stop shooting so dang fast because you're off target and your rounds are ineffective. You're just wasting your ammunition. If you're in a firefight, why the heck would you want to waste your ammunition? So anyway, might be a hot take for some, but in my opinion, I think just, be careful what you emulate and really think about it. One good source I encourage people to do as a starting point. Now, the military is not the leader as far as tactics, but pick up a Army Rifleman Guide or Carbine Guide as a starting point, and then go from there and then find yourself some good instruction as far as long-range shooting or mid-range shooting, rifle shooting, and then you really, really step into a different world that surpasses just the 5, 10, 15 to 50 yard just mag dumping all the time. So, all right, comment section below what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always, and Armed Defender out.